What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tomes Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. Today's video is going to be a little different because the Frauditor who's the subject of today's discussion actually has no video to comment on. Amagansett Press, aka Jason Gutterman, has mysteriously disappeared. Oh, his channel is still up, but there's been 0 uploads or community posts for 3 weeks. He hasn't even been deleting comments and blocking people who criticize him, and he's usually pretty prompt on that. Incidentally, Jason, if you are watching this, and since my comment is still up, when can we expect you to issue that public apology to Health Director Sue Smith for, that whole misidentifying her in your Wood County video and sicking your vitriolic followers to harass and threaten her? Like a respectable journalist would? Anyway, speaking of Gutterman's followers, the few of them that are actually real and not the totally purchased bots that all mysteriously subscribe in groups of 1,000 at a time on the exact same day with nothing in between. They've been commenting and asking him why he hasn't uploaded, and he's been giving them the same silent treatment he's been giving to most of the people he bothers in his videos. Even his son's channel, Watching the Watchman, has also gone dark with no uploads or communications with his audience. Now, as I've said on more than one occasion, I'm not an expert on, really anything. Nor do I claim to be a super successful YouTuber who knows all the secret tips and tricks. But I think I know enough to say for sure that neglecting your channel and your audience for 3 whole weeks with no activity whatsoever, that can and likely will kill your channel with the algorithm. So why has Jason, someone so dedicated to his profession and uploading daily content to bring in thousands in ad revenue and yet still insists on e-begging for a pittance on Patreon, suddenly gone silent? Now, as much as I wish I could report that it's because he and his son decided to bother the wrong person and are either in jail or in a hospital somewhere, we have seen a single photo posted on Twitter placing him somewhere in Tennessee, and for the most part all seems well, despite posing for the kind of photo you see in one of those A&E documentaries. Also, for being this self-proclaimed professional photographer, why does he need to take the photo off the screen of a laptop instead of perhaps uploading it directly from the laptop to Twitter? I can't help but smile knowing that middle school children are better at taking and uploading photos to the internet than a man who has bragged so much about his long and prosperous photojournalist career. So getting back to Jason's sudden hiatus, I have heard from a reliable source that he may in fact be in some trouble with YouTube. Now let me be clear that while I do trust the source of this information, it cannot be completely verified, so at best I can only speculate on this. My sources tell me that Amagansett Press currently has 2 strikes on his channel from YouTube. Again, I can't verify this since none of Jason's recent videos have been taken down, including some that we can all agree violate YouTube's ad suitability policies. However, if Jason is in fact dealing with these strikes, it would explain his absence from his channel. When your channel gets its first strike, you're not allowed to live stream or upload for a week. If your channel gets 2 strikes back to back, then you're not allowed to live stream or upload for an entire month. And of course, finally, if you get a 3rd strike, well, then your channel gets deleted entirely. So if Jason is in fact dealing with 2 recent strikes on his channel, he may have no choice but to suspend uploads until they are resolved. Given his behavior in the past, littered with displays of stubborn pride, Jason is, and again I can only speculate on this, most likely not saying anything out of fear that his detractors will catch wind of it. We've already seen a few Frauditor channels regretfully announce to their audience that they are unable to post content pending issues with YouTube. These announcements get picked up by the anti-Frauditor community and are often deleted within a day or two when the desired effect, specifically a rush of financial support to supplement the lost ad revenue, doesn't come. If Gutterman manages to avoid getting his channel deleted, he will most likely come back saying, "Hey everyone, don't worry, we've not been banned or in any kind of trouble," and blame it on maybe personal or technical issues and not bring it up ever again, and probably dodge any probing questions. Now, like I said, this may not be the actual case, but if it is, then it does tie in with my belief that the Frauditor movement may slowly be approaching its death throes. In addition to seeing some Frauditors getting arrested repeatedly, we have seen newer Frauditors trying to start up their channels, such as Big Wes, and find it's not so easy as more people are catching on. This may be due to the fact that they have put so much content on YouTube, and with them comes videos covering it from myself and others, that the public is beginning to pay attention. How many police officers, postal workers, and public employees have we heard say lately that they know who they are and what they're doing? With this attention comes more people who don't appreciate what they do and take steps through proper channels to do something about it. People like myself and a few other anti-frauditor content creators try to locate the businesses and facilities harassed by Jason and others like him. Though ironically, the frauditors are the most helpful in that endeavor, as they love to dox the people and places they target and plaster their information right there on the screen. We then simply contact these people and inform them of where they can find the video they're in, and if they have an issue with it, then they can report the videos or pursue a privacy complaint with YouTube. If Gutterman's channel has been struck, then this may very well be the reason why. YouTube has begun cracking down on content that contains harassment, bullying, and violence and denying these videos monetization. Advertisers may take issue with the kind of content YouTube is willing to attach their ads to. Seeing as how ad revenue is the real reason frauditors create drama knowing there's appeal and shock value content, if this is taken away from them, then there is little motivating them. You need only see some recent frauditor videos where they have to remind their audience of the opportunity to send them money throughout the video, hoping to get whatever they can. So, if in fact frauditing channels are hurting from YouTube getting reports and complaints from their victims, then I think that is our best strategy moving forward. While I indeed enjoy mocking them for their poor decisions and will continue to do so when it's amusing to myself and those willing to watch me do it, if we really want to see frauditing end, then we have to actually do more than just watch, point, and laugh. So if you, someone you know, or your community has ever had to deal with frauditors, then don't take it lying down. If you don't like what you see, then report it for what it is. If you are filmed by someone who puts your image on the internet for profit without your consent, then tell YouTube you want it removed. Sure, we like watching these guys get arrested, tackled, or tased, but they don't learn their lesson because they know they can go right back out and make money doing it all over again. So the only answer is to take away that comfort, force them to tread more softly, and ultimately be forced to give it up or see their content is no longer tolerated. Gutterman was posting videos constantly. Untold numbers of people had to endure his weird, aggressive, and condescending behavior almost every day. But, possibly because a big enough spotlight was cast on this, he now has to take pause. Sure, he may very well be back any day now, but for the time being, there's one less frauditor on the streets bothering people for profit. And I think that is worth seeing happen more often. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have your own theories on why Amagansson Press is out of action or any opinions to offer on the matter, please feel free to share and discuss them in the comments section below. I'd love to read them. And of course, be sure to hit that like button because I too must contend with YouTube's algorithm. Though I don't have to pepper spray old ladies to get people to like me. Till next time.